So, hey guys, we can do some pretty dumb things in Master Duel. So today I'm going to show off one of them. So, if we have ever considered Tearlament to be strong, right? So, normal summon Rhinoheart gets you quite a lot. So if we do normal summon Rhinoheart, we can then do send Shiren, Havness, whatever, and then this makes Kick Kelos, and then Kick Kelos will add or send a monster, and then in this case we could do like send Shiren, special Kick Kelos, send Havness, make Rukelos, and that'd be the boring easy thing we can do, or we could do Kick Kelos sends Tearlament Kishtira, and this will allow us to mill 2, and then Kikelo's effect to special summon Tearlament's Kishtira allows us to special summon Tearlament's Kishtira and put Kikelo's in the graveyard in one effect, allowing us to mill an additional 8, so overall this is a mill 10. So yeah, that's a lot. And also worth mentioning in the combo I'm thinking of, we can use potential bricks, I guess, like tier bricks, as part of the combo and trigger them as well. So that's fun, I guess. So we'll put in 3 copies of Scream, and then usually it's 1 of Heartbeat, 1 of Meta Noise, 1 of Crime, and then we can just fill on this, and it should not be that problematic. What is the restriction on this card? For the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards with effects of cards with the same name as that sent card. That is all this does, right? Yeah, this card probably actually has some usage, actually. But not important. So, with Tearlament, the primary thing I have to worry about, I guess, is maybe consistency. But we're not too worried about that here, so we're actually going to think about this for a second. How many copies of Rhino? I guess we can still play 3. It does not matter too much. So the engine we're thinking of running with this, of course, is Punk, and this allows us to mill essentially a billion, and we're going to be able to one card into Piakelos and Rhinoheart just super easily. But if we already opened Rhinoheart, I guess we can just add Shiren, and then we're fine. But essentially, we're just going to throw in the entirety of the Punk package here. So we're going to throw this, and 3 of these, 1 of those, and then we'll go, I guess 1 of these. We'll be a little more conservative with some of our cards. But we'll go Drury Punk, Dangerous Gabu as well. And then we'll grab, I guess, to finish this up, we'll go Imperm 3, Distrudo, and then we'll also throw in, I suppose, a copy of Fairy Tale Snow, and then whatever, right? We could go a bit farther, but this is probably sufficient, so we'll just settle for this for the time being. So the primary disgusting thing here is that we can, without, well, I guess the ratios could be adjusted a little bit better, but the primary thing here is that we can just essentially, it'll be a little long-winded, but we can special summon Tearlament's Rhinoheart without a normal summon, which is, in my opinion, kinda disgusting. So I mean, requires a decent amount of engine to pull off. I mean, we can technically cut copies of Ogre Dance if we want to save some space, but it's also a starter, so depends what we really want to do. If we want to get more value out of the Ogre Dance, we can run 1 additional Deer Note. Kinda depends what we want to do exactly, but I would consider this to mostly be the minimum. So we'll go put in as well. We need Psychic and Punisher, and then Baron. So, like this, and then we can probably grab Cross Sheep. It's probably fine. And anything else important we may or may not need. I don't think there's that much else. We can throw in some shufflers if we want, I suppose, so let's see. Exchange of Spirit. Exchange of Spirit. Okay. Then we'll throw in like the 2 shufflers as well if we're really feeling it. And we'll go to like I guess 45 is not that bad. So let's see, additional copy of Deer Note then. Okay. And we should be pretty golden here. And I guess for an additional potential synchro play, we could throw in Jenging because it can come up. So we'll do that, and let's see what else we have. SP, Redoer, and then we'll go throw in, I guess, IP, maybe? And then access code Goddess, I guess, for the time being, that should be good enough. I guess Zeus might be better. So we could potentially do that, actually, yeah. Zeus and then Goddess. Sure, we'll do that instead. And this should be fine. We could technically throw in Apollosa as well, potentially, except... Oh wait, we used too much extra deck space for this. Well, I'll adjust it. So we need Ultimate to Zulkin, and then we grab off of the Tzolk'in we're summoning Ancient Fairy Dragon, and that's about it, right? So we need to cut down on 2 of these guys, so we'll just we probably don't need the Goddess. We can run over whatever with Psychic and Punisher instead, and that should be sufficient. There are like some problem cards that we won't be able to get rid of, but we still have like decent amount of things in our main deck to maybe deal with that. Like a Chaos Angel made with a light and dark is not outable by Psychic and Punisher, but we'll not worry too much about that. So the idea of this combo is pretty simple. So if we open a Xiamen here, we don't have to start with the Rhino Heart, so the ceiling for this is probably going to be like pretty decent. Let's see, what does this do exactly? You and target 1 tournament monster in your graveyard added to your hand. Great. So if we're going to start with Xiamen, this is not like the best starting hand, like honestly. But if we start off with normal summon Xiamen, we're going to do Xiamen effect, and then we're going to be able to grab Deer Note, or not Deer Note, Foxy Tune, and then Foxy Tune is going to be able to special summon for us Jarakusai, which will then allow us to go into Rising Card. And then that will go into Deer Note plus Wagon, or Deer Note plus Madame Spider. It kind of depends. It's a bit situational. So in this case, we're probably going to want to go Wagon. So we're going to discard, or not discard, send to the graveyard with Foxy Tune, a card. That's the important thing here. So it'll probably be, I guess, Meta Noise is fine. And then if we happen to mill a copy of, I believe, did we throw that in? Yeah, if we mill Heartbeat, we can add back the Meta Noise, if that comes up. But the thing about this is that Foxy Tune sends for effect and not cost. It sends itself for cost, but the other card in your hand will be sent by effect. So in theory, if we really wanted to go hard here, we can just send Rhino Heart straight up off of the Foxy Tune, and then special summon Rhino by sending Meta Noise. So that would work. And then this effect, I guess, wouldn't really activate, but if it works, I guess, right? So we could do that as well. But the primary combo we're going to focus on is Normal Summon Xiamen at Foxy. Foxy allows us to special summon Jarakusai. Jarakusai uses the Xiamen plus itself, or potentially a Punk card in hand, depending on situation, right? Depends on the exact card it is in hand, but then we can special summon Rising Card. Rising Card is going to special summon for us Wagon and Deer Note. Then we will use these guys for a synchro, and I'm realizing I forgot to put in the Atlantis, the Menacing Mantis. So we're going to put that in, and then that's going to give us a tuner, and then we're going to have a synchro, or not synchro, a level 8 tuner, level 8 non-tuner, and then that allows us to special summon to Zulkan, and we special summoned Wagon to add us the copy of the field spell. We can set the field spell, and then if we have any like punk extenders here, we can use them. We can banish potentially the Deer Note. We can banish the Foxy, the Ogre Dance if it's in the graveyard, to then special summon the punk card, and we can use that to essentially make Baron or Changing with the Ancient Fairy Dragon. And I mean, in an ideal world, it would be like a Madame Spider, and then that also grabs us Dangerous Gaboo, potentially, right? And then we make Baron. But it is what our hand is, I guess. In this case, we probably wouldn't be doing that, but you know. But if we have no use or activation for stream session, we can just pop it and grab the Perlarino, and then this allows us to grab either the Rhino Heart or Sheeran. And then here, we can just special summon Rhino Heart or activate Sheeran effect. Kinda depends what's in our hand, right? But in this case, since we already have Rhino Heart, we'll probably just grab Sheeran, and then Sheeran can, I guess, we can mill with Sheeran if we want. Well, depends, I guess. Or we can just hold on to Sheeran for the next turn, grab a Rhino for next turn, whatever. And then that's probably what I would do with this hand, I guess. Potentially, but since we have Meta Noise in hand, actually, we can add back the Rhino Heart to our hand, and then special summon it with Ancient Fairy Dragon later. I believe, right? Potentially. Depends exactly what happens. But, yeah. We can then, I guess, well, actually in this hand, we already normal summon, so maybe not that line. But, I guess if we pitched the Ash Blossom, it would be fine. But, yeah. We can then go, use Ancient Fairy Dragon, special summon Rhino Heart, go through our full tier limit line. Noticeably, if we start with the punk cards, like if we can fit this into 40 cards, which is somewhat doable, our mills are going to be pretty high quality to an extent, right? So let's go through all of the cards we can remove from our deck if we do the punk combo. So first off, we have a copy of Xiamen, so that's one card. This will be likely in hand. And then Deer Note, let's assume we run one if we're trying to make it a sufficient for the mills. This will be 1, 2 cards out of our main deck. 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 6 cards that we use for this combo, right? 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, yeah. So 6 cards from our main deck for the punk combo. So that means we would have 30 cards left in our main deck by the point where we're summoning the Reinhardt and starting our milling with the Kitkelos. So if you actually try to reduce this more and make it a little bit more efficient, you probably could. But just in general, this is going to be able to get through all of our punk cards and then allow us to go into the tier limit cards pretty easily, right? And if we adjust the ratios, we'll end up with more tier cards in hand probably, and then less punk cards. But it depends which part of the deck, I guess, you want to kind of access more, I guess. But just in general, we're going to be able to mill 10. So let's assume we mill 10 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we will not be milling this because we'll have searched it, so go one more. Then this, I think we can technically mill and bring this back with Frost Sheep. If we make Frost Sheep with Zulkan and Ancient Fairy Dragon, there's the possibility of that, or if we have one additional other monster, we can link that out for Frost Sheep as well. So when we do the fusion summon of Kitkelos or Rukelos, we can then also bring back the Madame Spider, and this is also going to potentially be a tuner that we can use to make Baron or Changing with. But okay, let's see. That's mill 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Yeah, 10, more or less. And here we hit the Sharon, so we would get into Rukelos, and if we made in advance, well, I guess because we wouldn't have an additional tuner in this hand, we would probably, after summoning Kikelos, we would um, link off with the cross shape here. So, or link off with the cross shape with the Tzolk'in and the Ancient Fairy Dragon. So I think we don't actually need Jam Dragon Drive, so that's what's kind of going on here. But okay, kind of depends on the hand if we want to access this anyways. So, alright. Next hand, this is also going to be combo, so we can send Tearlament Scream here if we want. We can start with just Ogre Dance and then pitch Foxy as well. Or wait, we have Destrudo. We can just pitch Destrudo and then we're completely solid, right? So here, because we opened specifically Ogre Dance and Foxy Tune, we can do Ogre Dance to immediately grab the wagon. And then we can yeet the Destrudo here. And we'll grow probably, we'll have an extra tuner and we'll have access to Madame Spider. So we can make Baron earlier. And our end board with this hand, we can guarantee at least a Baron with IP if we were playing that, but we're not. So we can go into that and potentially we could access Shirakusai, I think, right? Can we? Shirakusai? Yeah, it depends on what sequence we do, because we can technically also special summon a Foxy Tune from the hand instead, right? Yeah, so that's something we can do. Then also we'll mill 5 again, right? And then mill another, or no, we'll mill 10. So we can't hit this or this because we will search them. We can't hit this either because we'll end up searching it with this hand. So that is going to be mill 1, 2, 3 additional. And then if we are running one copy of Deer Note, then we can't mill this because we'll have already accessed it. So, okay. That's all 3 copies of Xiamen. We would have summoned at least one Xiamen, so one more. And okay, we would have ended up milling the Meta Noise to add back. Probably, I guess, here it would be at either Happiness or Shirin. Depends, I guess. And then our mill's not that insane. I mean, can't always get bangers, but this is the trade-off, I guess. If we were running less copies of Monk cards and just using them specifically for this combo line, I guess it changes things up a bit. I don't really want to work out all the optimal ratios for this, not feeling it. But yeah, we also have Destrudo in this hand, so we have access to both Baron and Chenging at the same time here. So that's a thing, I guess. And then not much to do with this Meta Noise, actually. So let's just do one more test hand. So this is combo. This is actually one of the better hands because we can start with Normal Summon Wagon to add the Field Spell, and then Ogre Dance to add a copy of, in this case, we can add, I guess, well, Field Spell, and then we can use this to add Xiamen, and then Foxy can discard something. Okay, so essentially draw 1 off of Xiamen, Kildo the Sacred Protector. We can just toss this off of with the Foxy Tune, and then later we'll access, I guess, since we already have access to the wagon, we have to then go grab the Madame Spider, and then Spider will get us another draw. So in this case, it'll be Avernus, I guess, which is fine. Since we already have the Rhino Heart, we can just pitch the Rhino Heart and then send the Avernus. And then I guess the Rhino Heart can send another copy of Sharon. I believe this is just a 2-element monster, right? Yeah. So we can pitch Sharon, or we can pitch Tear Cash. If we pitch Tear Cash, we can mill 2 with Tear Cash, and then we can just grab Salik and just add this to our hand directly. So that's pretty good, I guess. And we also have Scream to mill, which we can hold off on to whenever we're comfortable with, I guess. But those are essentially our 2 draws, yeah. And then we'll be milling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we will use these 2 as part of our combo, so go 2 more. And we'll pretend we only run 1, so okay, Soliak we would have added. Xiamen, okay, so that is a milled Meta Noise, which allows us to add back a Tailwind monster in our graveyard and add it to our hand. I think we will access like another Rhino anyway, so we can just have a Rhino as follow-up. That's all this Meta Noise does for us, I think, right? And then this mills at like practically the same time, so wait, we can actually add the Meta Noise back, I think, right? And actually, I forgot, we also have Scream to mill 3 more, so 1, 2, 3. And then this happens, like this chunk here happens at about the same time, right? Let's see. Draw 2, mill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. But then some of these are like duplicates, so it goes up to here. So we would have went through this and this for our combo, and then this and this would have been used for our combo as well, right? So yeah. The mill happens at about the same time, right? We can trigger it to happen at the same time, and it's in fact better to do so, so we'll trigger Kikillis mill 5, Tearlaman's Kishtira mill 3, and then Scream mill 3, so that is a total of mill 11, so yeah, we can add back the crime actually instead of the Meta Noise then, and then we'll have some monster in our hand, I'm pretty sure, right, after this? Still? It'll be the Havness, I think, right? Which we could send, or the Chiron? That depends, I guess. But whatever. We do get to add off of the Perlerino, so we probably have a discard for the crime. We have Soliak. We also have access to Brewery Punk, Dangerous Gabu. And then we have Baron and Changying with this hand, I'm pretty sure, right? So a small amount of we open 5 engine, you know? We should be able to do this much at least if we open 5 engine cards, I suppose. So yeah, that works. Didn't really draw into a hand trap, but you know, it's fine. We still also will have a Shuffler and Fairy Tale Snow on top of all of the other things we have. And real quick, let me see what this says. This card is sent to the graveyard. No, this one. Then send 1 monster you control to the graveyard. Okay, so as long as we control a Teal'c monster, you're telling me we can send Fairy Tale Snow into the graveyard again. To use it as a Book of Moon. Just, you know. Again, and then we have this as well. This sends 1 Teal'c card from your hand or face-up field, so this can't send the Snow. But we have 2 Snow activations as well, so cool, I guess. And then we also have quite a few cards on the graveyard off of doing our Punk combo as well. So yeah, I don't think we actually need the Jam Trick and Drive unless we're playing like Gamma. I don't think it makes sense to run this fully. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And yeah, I guess Tearlaman's strongest, huh? Well, yeah, if we open Emergency Teleport, we can essentially go into the Rhino Heart without committing a normal summon, and then we can mill 10. So yeah, that is pretty disgusting, and there's probably some usage for this. I mean, it's not very useful for my decks in particular, but we'll probably be able to also potentially, I don't know. Could we fit in a Curious somewhere here? Maybe. I mean, the Destrudo's a dragon, right? So we only are like 1 dark short, I think, right? If we summon Chiron and then like Destrudo, it's almost there, I think. I'm not sure if you can make Curious here. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.